I'm here with a new weekly painting, and this time I'm going to explain how to do black using starting with white prime and using the black Templar. Okay, so we are going to check this how it looks like. We are going to do these bats here. These are from the flesh count eaters of the Warhammer Underworlds, and we are going to apply here. We are going to use now, of course, Black Templar on top of that. So I'm going to do this video is more to show you how these contrast paints are working. So I'm going to do a couple of layers, but first I will do one layer. I will show you how it looks like, and then we are going to do, if it's needed, a second layer. So we apply here directly Black Templar. Okay, and you can see that this tone that is a little bit greyish in some areas, in some parts, but yeah, it's what you can expect of this contrast paint. So we are going to apply this. We can see that we have some parts that are quite flat, and to be fair, for these bats I'm not going to do something very complicated. I really want to go for almost black everywhere, right? And then we are going to do some details like the corpse we have at the bottom, and maybe some nails in color, on bone color. But first we are going to apply a layer of Black Templar. I will do everything on camera so you can see how I apply it. You can see if I have problems or not, and how the paint is working, and we are going to see how good bad is the coverage. Okay, so far I'm quite happy with the contrast paints. I think they work quite well, and you can see as well here I'm using white primer, so I'm not using the official primer from Games Workshop. The white primer is not giving a fully flat surface. Sometimes it's giving a little bit of rugosity. Okay, and it's not as nice because the problem is I did not have the primer. If not, you should use, I recommend to use for this case one of the two primers developed for to work with contrast. But here I just want to show you that you can also use white primer. Okay, you can see that it works quite well. And the only thing you need to watch out is sometimes the paint is leaving from some parts where we have applied, so you will need to come back and cover some white dots. This is why sometimes you need to do a second layer, very thin, the second one, because if not you start losing the effect of the application. So I took this brush that is a little bit big. It allow me to have a good amount of paint in my brush and work faster, as I don't need too much precision in this work at this moment. Okay, we do this. You can see it goes quite fast and easy, and we are having quite even. Before the drying, we can see that we have quite a decent result. When you're doing these parts that are more like organic animals, most likely the pitch black is not needed in that case, right? Dark gray can do the job. Okay, here I just make a mistake to do the second layer before letting it dry. Okay. You can see that the paint, there I went on top of the corpse by mistake. The other thing is all painters can make mistakes, so don't matter how, we all make mistakes from time to time. So one of the things we need always to learn is how to correct mistakes. Okay. Here we have, this guy have the head cut. So I'm going to leave the work on the corpse for our next tutorial. Okay, so we are going to do another one on how to do this type of half. It is just killed cores or half eat cores, because these are the flesh eater cores. You can see it's giving a quite a nice dark color. It's not really black what we have here, it's more a dark gray with black shades, right? Okay. You have to be careful that you don't leave any part without paint. And I will, at this moment you cannot touch anymore the top part, right? Because it starts drying and then you can mess up the paint, the application. So if you have a white on top and dot on the top, no, forget about that, and you need to correct like this one, right? Let me show, this is very small, you want to do that, but you start leaving marks. Okay? Yeah, this one here. Okay. Here I put too much paint, I will remove a little bit the excess. Okay, just looking, because we have some bright points here. You see the deck was missing something. I also looking that I have not put too much paint in some points, so I will eliminate some of the excess. And now we are going to wait that this dries, okay? We are going to see if we need or not a second layer, or there is another option, we use just Black Templar where we want to be darker. Sorry, Black Templar, Chaos Black. Here is more part. Okay. This is a mistake I did, I should not have touched this thing. Okay. Remove a little bit of the excess of paint and some parts. And the chaos and this contest paints can have the same problem as the washers. They can start dripping down. So now we wait that this dries. We can do two things here. We can leave it in vertical, or you can leave it in like horizontal position. So I will go for this second option. So I will take a tool like these clippers. And as I cannot clip it from the back, I will clip it from the front. Okay, and in that way I can leave the miniature lying horizontal. So I will leave it like something like that. Okay, in that way that I'm not. Okay, I leave it on here on the side of the table, the way that it's not touching anything. I wait that dries, and once have dry, we can do if we need the second layer. Okay, so now the Black Templar have dried, but you can see we have some white dots, especially the back. We have this, and you remember I have not left any surface without painting. So this way I was suggesting that we might need to do a second layer. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to apply now a second layer. And this time we will have to be sure that these things are fully covered. Okay, so here I'm going just to go there. This is going to be a pain because now it's going to be lighter, so we need to apply second layer, and we go much darker than before, of course. But there is no way around that, so it happens from time to time. This is why I was recommending that most likely we will need to apply 2 layers of this color, and then we are going to have quite a black base where to work, right? But we will keep some of the shading, so not all the shading will go. Important that this second layer we pay attention and we don't have more white dots. I don't recommend more than 2 layers because then you start really eliminating all the contrast effect. Okay, so I'm going to apply this second layer as well. I will do it on camera so you can see how I do it and how it starts looking like. You can see that it's much darker than before, and I will remove some of the excess paint again, but you need to really cover. The other option was to use a grey and try to cover the grey dots with a grey color. But I said here I want to go for the dark bats on the black spectrum, right on the black zone of the paint job. So this is why I'm covering them again with Templar, with black Templar. As you can see, starts. And this is one thing that annoys me a little bit. These white dots that are appearing suddenly when the paint dries. So I want to be sure that no, they are covered and I don't have more white dots. Normally the second time you should not have more white dots. Okay. I guess sometimes when the paint is drying it slips out of these points because maybe there is type of impurity or something. I don't know why it does that, but okay, we are going to do this wing. As you can see, it's quite a fast job, and 2 layers will give us a nice almost black color. Okay, so and again we need to wait that this dries before doing the next step. Okay, so here we are. I will wait this dries before doing any further step. Okay, this time I will leave it in vertical position. I'm just checking I'm not missing any point. But you can see as well this second layer is much faster. So I wait that this dries and I'm back. So this is how it looks like when we have done the 2 layers of Templar, and you can see that it's quite a solid black now. Okay, so we are going now we need to do some highlights on the black, just to recover some of the highlights we need. Okay, so I'm going to use now Asian green first. Okay, a very dark gray. We are going to apply some highlights in some places. Okay, and the thing we can do, I will keep the membrane of the wings because I'm going to do something different on the wings. Just as a, so I will highlight everything except the membrane, the wings membranes. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay, and the nails we'll leave it. We don't work on them because I'm going to do them in a bone color or cream color. Okay. So what I'm doing is you can see that this first highlight is almost not noticeable. This will help us. It can happen that you have, you can see that inside of the nose I have white space. I take a little bit of chaos black and I solve this problem. Okay, now we keep working. So I'm applying just now Asian gray. I will do the bottom bat. Okay, you can imagine that the top bat is done in the same way, right? Just to save time, I will focus on the bottom bat, so you can see how I work that. How I work this black starting from black Templar. Okay, the contrast paint. You can see I'm applying this. Black Templar is also leaving, is not fully, yeah, 2 layers will be quite solid, but it's also showing you the points where you need to highlight, right? It's helping you to guide where you need to apply the gray. And this is what I like to apply these 2 layers of Templar, sorry, of Black Templar instead of the Chaos Black. I think the color looks better. But as I was saying on the contrast paints, they are a nice tool, but they don't do everything for you. I'm going to do the back as well. Here the back, it's important we do, for example, this backbone thing. I'm going to do the musculature. Okay. So I'm working the different, these are in reality, this is the curling of the fingers of the bat that are making the wings. So this is small talons there on the wings. It's a nice scope to paint. Okay. So I think now it's more or less good. So the next step, I'm going to take a lighter gray, and in the range of Games Workshop, that's one. It's quite light compared to this one. Okay, so the jump is quite big, and we're going to take, once I find it, okay, this. I'm going to use no downstone. So I keep the etching gray next to me because it will give quite a high contrast now. So you want to have the other gray next to you in case you need to darken a little bit. Okay. First we start with this ear. You can see I'm losing like a edge highlight on the ear. Okay, I will not, this is the teeth, so I will leave this for later. And now I go with etching gray, and I soften a little bit. I go here around the eye. Okay, and here I will go on the bottom part of the jaw. And now we do this weird nose. Okay, we can use a little bit of gray, dark gray, to soften everything that is too harsh. Okay. We do here the neck. The parts that rounded are the ones that you have to be more careful, so normally I like to apply a little bit of the color, and now I will mix it, almost wet blending, to make it lighter, okay, and then I wet blend the downstone. So we have a soft transition. This is important, the parts where you need soft changes. Okay. Look here, he has like a chain attached to his leg. And now we're going to do the arms. So what I do is something like that. Okay. So to show that the light is reflecting on the top of the arm. And one tip that I use to do that, it's I follow the natural reflection of my light. So we do now the back, and we do the same. Okay, I follow, as I said, I follow the reflection of my lamp. This is guiding me to know where to apply, so I just follow the natural reflection and then I apply the gray to enhance this reflection. Okay, you can see. Here we go into part that is more tricky, like this one here. So first I apply more, and now I will use the etching gray to soften. Like a little bit of wet blending, but in small quantity to say it in a way. Taking a little bit of water, I want to go more thin. Okay, so I do this, and I do this, and here I do the same. You see that there is a lot of details there, where you want to pick up these things. But to be fair, I don't know what are they representing. Look, this is representing, like he has some fur there. So this is the back of the head. This is the back of the ears. this here. Multiply like that. We're going to do the backbones. Okay, this is like a split. As you can see, for the backbones, I try to do two small dots, one next to each other. Then this is like one. Okay, and now we are going to do, there is a small scar there. We are going to paint this scar. Anyway. Okay, you can see this nose in the opposite direction. Okay. We are going to do now the back, the back musculature. So you apply a little bit of first of etching grade. That will help with the guidance. Now we apply a little bit of downstone to help me. Here we do the same. A little bit of downstone. So it was already diluted with the grade, the etching grade. Sorry. Okay, I'll do the same. Okay, you can see okay, I forgot here to do these fingers. And now we do this like that, like that. And I said I don't want to do the wing membrane because I will do it with a brown highlight. Okay, so I will do. I will maybe explain it in a different video how to. So a different way to highlight black and using brown. So I like to highlight black on different ways. This is with gray. You can also highlight with blue. It's also interesting if you want to highlight it in purple colors. You can even do it in red or in browns. All depend what you want to show. So the gray for me, it's ideal for undeath because it gives more sensation of dirty black, of bleach black, right? Black that is a little bit dirty. It's been bleached maybe by light, by sickness, and then it goes to this greenish color. That's why I prefer to use greenish highlight in that case. But if you go with blue highlight, it will look like a cleaner black, colder. If you use purple, it will look more fancy. And red, the problem is you can go very easily to, you can jump to red very easily, so you have to be careful. You can see now the difference between the two bats. Okay, and now the font. Okay, and now I'm just looking around. Okay, I miss a spot. So to be able to pick it up. Here, for example, I forgot this part. Hesitating how to do the end of the wing. I think I want to, for the moment I will do it like that. I'm going to add a little bit of more highlight inside of the ear. Have this thing there. The ears are quite nicely done. Okay. Now the last thing that you can do, with that you have to be very careful. I'm going to use a very light gray. Okay. Here it is. It's called Administratum Gray. And the objective of this gray is just to touch the most exposed parts. Okay. For example, the top of the ears, the top of the nose. Just to give this additional brightness that will give the sensation of, I know I'm taking downstone because I forgot this part before. Okay, but this will help take again downstone because I forgot here, but I'm combining now. Okay. So the objective of using the administrator gray is just to put some just bright points. Okay, to help the downstone to look a little bit darker. As you can see, I try to work now by zones. I'm using downstone here because I did not put it in the fingers. Now I take the administrator gray. I will put it just, for example, in the middle of this reflection, very little, like that. It should be super subtle. Okay, you can see. For example, the bell is a good point, but you want to put very little. We can do this type of these things. Okay, so I'm using downstone first, and now I use a little touch of administrator gray. You can see administrator gray has to be almost should not be almost noticeable, but will help to increase or to enhance the highlights. You can see a bit of the back. At the back we are going to put, for example, on the backbone, but just on the most exposed one, for example. Here on the shoulders. You can put a little bit here in this one, in this muscle. And now I will do this one. Here we forgot to put a little bit of administrator administrator gray, so I'm putting no administrator gray. And now I take the, so it was down, so no administrator gray in the middle. Okay, so we do like that. You can see the objective is just to touch these points that you think can add to the miniature. Here what I was missing is a little bit of, it's too harsh. I will put a little bit of etching gray next to the highlights to soften them. This is the broken ear. Okay, I can see that it's a little bit time consuming. But at the end, you will have quite a nice result, right? And with that, I will be quite happy how it looks like. Okay, so here you have this how the bats. Now I need to do the wings, but this will be done in a different way. So I'll do the top bat. So this is all. So I will do the top bat out of this video. So this is all what I want to explain here in the tutorial. So I hope you find this one interesting. Please let me know what do you think. Give a like if you have liked this tutorial, and if you have ideas for future tutorials, don't hesitate to put it in the comments below. So this one was how I do black, starting with Black Templar. So here we have the Black Templar. So the starting point was 2 layers of Black Templar, and then we had highlights with etching gray. Okay, etching gray, downstone, and finally for the highest point of reflection, administrator gray. Here I put the Black Templar. Okay, so this is how I do this greyish black. I hope you like it. Please give a like if you have liked this video, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.